right, welcome in everyone to another deep dive. Today we're taking a look at a fascinating document, really.
Kids.
It's called the Perfil dos Alumnos a Saída da Escolaridade Obrigatória. And in English, that's Profile of Students Leaving Compulsory Education. So this is basically like the vision, the document, the framework for what students in Portugal are supposed to be able to do.
Yes.
And the qualities that they're supposed to have cultivated by the time they finish. Their compulsory education.
That's it.
And so we're going to be specifically diving into Despacho and Age 647-82017, which is the legal document, the actual source.
It is the source document
for all of this.
Yeah.
And so this is, this isn't just some abstract policy paper that's sitting on a shelf, gathering dust. This is the core framework that shapes the learning experience. And the
intended outcomes
for young people in education. So this is
the why.
This is the why.
Behind
a lot of what happens.
A lot of
schools.
Absolutely.
And it's something that I think is really important, not just for educators to understand, but for everyone to understand. Because it gives you a really clear window into what are the fundamental goals and values that are driving the education.
The entire system. Yeah.
So maybe we should just start, what is this Perfil dos Alumnos? Why was it created in the first place? Let's unpack this a bit.
Okay. So at its heart, it's what's known as a normative document for the entire compulsory education system. Okay. So you can think of it as setting the standard, the benchmark for what we aim for in education across the board.
Okay. So it's like the common...
It acts as a shared foundation for all schools and educational PABs within that system.
Got it. So it's like the common foundation
precisely
upon which all compulsory education operates from.
Yes.
Yeah.
And its purpose is really to guide everything from the design of the curriculum, which is what is taught, to how lessons are planned and even how the effectiveness of teaching and learning is evaluated, both internally within schools and through external systems.
Now, when you hear terms like normative document and common foundation, we might conjure up images of this kind of rigid, one-size-fits-all approach, right? But the intention here...
The document's very clear.
But we're different.
That its aim isn't to impose a strict standardization. Instead, it's about providing a flexible structure. The underlying goal is to actually foster qualities like independence, a sense of responsibility, and appreciation for work, self-understanding, and a student's connection to their family, their local community, and society as a whole. It's about cultivating well-rounded individuals, ready to engage with the world.
So, that's a crucial point. To understand, right? This isn't about creating little robots.
Not at all.
It's about
guiding.
It's a guiding framework.
A framework,
but with
but allowing for individuality.
From individuality, absolutely.
Okay, so let's delve into some of the real substance here. What are the fundamental principles that actually guide the creation and implementation of this Perfil?
So there are 8 core principles that really form the base of this document. The first is what's described as a humanistic basis. And this emphasizes that education should be about developing young people who not only have knowledge, but also strong values.
The ultimate goal is to contribute to a more just society that respects human dignity and prioritizes the common good.
So,
it suggests a purpose for education that goes beyond
just acquiring qualifications.
Absolutely. Right. It's just about forming good citizens.
It's like education with a clear ethical dimension.
Ethical dimension, exactly.
Yeah, okay. So what's the next foundational idea?
So the second principle is knowledge itself. And here, the document stresses that scientific knowledge plays a central role in how we understand and interact with the world around us. It really underscores the value of inquiry, evidence, and the pursuit of understanding.
Something that I know you, our listener, appreciate. knowledge as a fundamental tool.
Yes.
So for navigating and
For making sense.
making sense of life.
Of life, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Principle number 3.
Okay, so that's learning.
Yeah.
And it highlights the critical importance of fostering the capacity for lifelong learning. In today's world, where things are constantly changing, this is more relevant than ever.
Yeah.
It's about equipping students to be continuous learners, to adapt and grow long after their formal schooling ends.
Yeah.
This is a skill that keeps on giving, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, in a world that's rapidly evolving as ours.
Yeah.
This is essential. Okay, principle number 4.
Inclusion.
Okay.
This principle firmly states that school is for everyone. It's about actively promoting equity and ensuring that all students, regardless of their individual backgrounds or circumstances, can fully participate and thrive in the educational environment. It's about creating a space where everyone belongs and can contribute.
So it's about creating not just
access,
but truly equitable.
Participation, that's it.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Number 5.
Okay, that's coherence and flexibility.
Right.
The idea here is that educational practices should be both consistent, aligned with the overall goals of the PERFL, but also adaptable enough to meet the diverse and individual needs of the students. It's about finding that balance between a common foundation and personalized learning.
So, it's avoiding a rigid system while still having a clear direction. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Principle 6?
Adaptability and boldness.
Okay.
This principle recognizes the crucial need for individuals to be able to adjust to new situations and to think and act innovatively.
Yeah.
It's about preparing students for a future that we can't fully predict by fostering agility, a willingness to take informed risks, and a creative approach to problem solving.
This is where things get really crucial. Yeah.
For navigating the modern world.
For navigating the modern world, this is nurturing.
It's about nurturing.
That entrepreneurial mindset.
That ability to pivot and create, not just in business, but in all aspects of life.
In all aspects of life, yeah. Okay, principle number 7.
Sustainability.
Okay.
This principle emphasizes the importance of educating students who are deeply aware of environmental challenges and the urgent need to build a sustainable future. It's about instilling a sense of responsibility towards our planet and future generations.
So given the global issues that we face,
global issues,
this is increasingly vital.
Absolutely, increasingly vital.
Okay. And finally, principle number 8.
That's stability.
Okay.
The PERFL aims to provide a reliable and consistent foundation upon which students can develop their skills and competencies over time. It offers a sense of security and a predictable structure that supports really
growth and development
on a firm base to enable exploration and learning. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a good grasp now of these guiding principles. What kind of young person does this PERFL envision emerging at the end of their compulsory education? What's the picture of the ideal graduate here?
Okay, so the vision is quite comprehensive.
Okay.
Firstly, the student should be equipped with multiple literacies and strong critical thinking skills. This means they can understand and engage with information in its various forms, text, data, media, and can analyze it thoughtfully and independently.
Essential tools.
Absolutely essential.
For navigating the complexities.
And the complexities of
in today's world. Yeah. Okay, so what else? Characterizes this characterizes
ideal graduate.
This ideal graduate, they should be free, autonomous, responsible, and aware. These are fundamental qualities for any engaged and contributing member of society.
Okay.
The vision is of someone who can think for themselves, make informed decisions, and act ethically, understanding the consequences of their actions.
So independence grounded in a strong sense of
Exactly.
responsibility.
That's it.
Yeah.
Furthermore, this envisioned graduate is capable of dealing with change and uncertainty.
Right. And as we discussed with the adaptability principle, this is a
vital
attribute in our rapidly
changing
world. It's about resilience.
It's about resilience.
And the ability to navigate
ambiguity.
Being able to adapt and thrive even when things
aren't clear cut.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The profile also emphasizes that they should recognize the importance of arts, humanities, science, and technology for sustainability.
Okay.
It's a holistic understanding of how different fields of knowledge contribute to a more sustainable future, not just focusing on one area in isolation.
It's like
a well-rounded
appreciation
for diverse fields and their interconnectedness.
Exactly.
In addressing global challenges. Yeah. Okay. The envisioned student is also
creative with
well-developed
collaborative
work and communication skills.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so these are essential for success in both their personal and professional lives.
Oh, yeah.
As so much of what we do involves working with others and conveying our ideas effectively.
So the ability to innovate and to work
effectively
as part of a team. With clear communication.
Yeah.
Okay.
Building on that principle of lifelong learning, the graduate should be apt to learn throughout life.
Right. So
This reinforces
the idea
that education doesn't
end with a diploma.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing process of growth and development.
It's about embracing a mindset.
Of
continuous learning and
improvement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What other key qualities are highlighted here?
Okay, so they should be knowledgeable and respectful of democratic principles, rights, and freedoms.
Okay.
This is fundamental to their role. As active and responsible citizens within a democratic society, it's about understanding and valuing the foundations of a fair and just society.
So it's about understanding and upholding the values that underpin a
democratic
system. Okay.
Importantly, the profile states that the graduate should be someone who values human dignity, full citizenship, solidarity, and cultural diversity. It promotes a positive and inclusive view of society, recognizing the richness that comes from different perspectives and backgrounds.
So it's
embracing inclusivity. Recognizing the inherent worth.
Of every individual.
Yeah. Okay.
And finally, this vision includes a student who actively rejects all forms of discrimination and exclusion. This underscores a commitment to social justice and equality within society.
That's
an important and powerful
and essential stance. Exactly. So this Produzido film really paints a picture of a multifaceted, thoughtful, and engaged young individual. Now, to help nurture this kind of graduate, what are
the core values? So
there are the
5 key values.
The school system aims to
the PASEO emphasizes
things to cultivate and
encourage. Yes.
Okay.
The first is responsibility and integrity.
Okay.
This is about encouraging students to act ethically, to be accountable for their actions, and to consider the broader impact of their choices on the common good.
Okay.
It's about developing a strong moral compass.
So thinking and acting beyond just their own immediate needs.
Exactly.
Like desires.
Beyond their own immediate needs and desires, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
The second value is excellence and rigor.
Okay.
This encourages students to aim for high standards, to consistently strive for self-improvement, and to persevere in their efforts. It fosters a mindset of growth and a commitment to quality in their work.
So, pursuit of personal best.
Yes.
And a dedication to thoroughness.
Thoroughness, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Value number 3. Curiosity, reflection, and innovation.
No.
This value directly appeals to that inherent desire to learn and understand. It's about nurturing a questioning mind, encouraging critical thinking through reflection, and fostering the ability to generate new ideas and solutions. This is really the engine of both personal and societal progress.
So it's that drive to...
It is that drive to explore.
To think deeply.
To think deeply.
And to create new possibilities.
Possibilities. Yeah. Okay, what's the fourth key value here?
The fourth is citizenship and participation.
Okay.
This goes beyond just knowing about civic duties. It's about actively respecting diversity, acting in accordance with human rights, and being proactive in contributing positively to their communities and to society as a whole.
Okay, so it's about
being an engaged...
an active contributor and a responsible member of society.
Society.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, and finally...
And finally, the fifth value is freedom.
Freedom.
This isn't just about having liberty, but about developing personal autonomy. That is grounded in respect for human rights, democratic principles, and mutual respect.
Okay.
It's about individual agency exercised within a social and ethical framework.
So it's freedom. That is
freedom that is balanced with
responsibility
and a deep respect for others.
Deep respect for others.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these values, they
really do provide a strong ethical and civic foundation.
Like a strong ethical and civic foundation for the kind of graduate that the PERFIL is.
PERFIL aims to foster.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move to the really practical application here.
Yeah.
What are the essential areas?
So there are
of competencies.
10 essential competency areas.
Okay.
And what's really important to understand is that these are transversal.
Okay.
They aren't confined to specific subjects.
Okay.
But rather cut across all areas of learning and development.
Okay.
They involve a blend of knowledge, skills, and attitudes.
All right, so let's hear about these 10
key competency areas. Yes, the first we have is pensamiento crítico y pensamiento creativo.
Okay.
Which is critical thinking and creative thinking.
Okay.
These are really foundational for effective learning and problem solving in any field. Critical thinking allows students to analyze and evaluate information.
Okay.
While creative thinking enables them to generate novel solutions and approaches.
So the ability to analyze information effectively and to come up with innovative
ideas.
Innovative ideas.
Crucial skills for navigating complexity.
Yeah. Okay, number 2.
Second is raciocinio y resolución de problemas.
Okay.
Which is reasoning and problem solving.
Okay.
This is a universally valuable competency that applies to all aspects of life involving logical thinking and the ability to identify and implement effective solutions to challenges.
So it's like that capacity for
logical thought and
finding practical solutions. That's clearly essential.
That is clearly essential.
Okay, number 3.
Saber científico. Técnico y tecnológico, which is scientific, technical, and technological knowledge.
Okay.
This is vital for understanding and engaging with the modern world, which is increasingly shaped by advancements in science and technology.
Yeah.
It's about developing a foundational understanding of scientific principles and how technology works.
So being able to